Kendrick Lamar halftime show. You ready? Oh my God! Why do you look like that? Fix your face. Are you in an OVO?
Their favorite song, but you know they love the soup. Slow it down. Say, ladies, do me this up.
You're not gonna play it.
Oh, you done lost your damn mind. This world will not.
I bet this is the only Kendrick song you know. You see, I actually respect Kendrick Lamar. He didn't bring a little rap beef song.
Well, folks, it's official. Kendrick Lamar has taken over the world's playlist and left everyone's jaws on the floor after his Super Bowl halftime show performance. If the nation wasn't already buzzing, it sure is now, scratching heads, debating lyrics, and probably Googling, what did Kendrick just do? The man didn't just perform, he orchestrated a cultural earthquake that had everyone from your aunt on Facebook to music critics scrambling to make sense of it. Heads were scratched, memes were born, and Twitter, well, Twitter practically melted.
I'm gonna get it on the floor. The Cell Black
got Drake's team, who probably watched the performance with the same energy as someone realizing they left the stove on. You know they've got thoughts, subtweets, cryptic Instagram stories, and maybe even a diss track brewing. Because, let's be real, when has Drake ever missed a chance to join the conversation? On the other side, Kendrick's fans are sitting pretty, smugly sipping their metaphorical tea because their guy just delivered a performance that'll be dissected in think pieces for years to come. They're not just winning, they're floating. And then, of course, there's the MAGA crowd.
Someone got footage of Drake's team watching Kendrick Lamar's Super Bowl halftime show performance while they're in Melbourne, Australia. The footage of Drake's team was captured at a private event at a place called Pub, which is a pub at Crown Melbourne where Drake is currently staying. A video of Drake's team watching the Super Bowl was posted by this account, which appears to be a group of guys who enjoy things including beers. So it checks out that we're at the pub. I'll play the video in a second for a closer look, but what you see is what is said to be Drake's crew watching the TV literally as Kendrick is performing.
Now, imagine Drake sitting there, stone-faced, probably muttering something like, "Y'all see this, right? This is wild." His team, they're exchanging glances like, "Do we say something? Do we stay quiet? Is this a trap?" Meanwhile, Kendrick's on stage, dropping bars that feel like they're aimed directly at the soul of anyone who's ever doubted him. If Drake was in that room, and let's be real, he definitely was, I'm willing to bet he excused himself faster than someone who just realized they left the oven on. He probably stepped out, muttered something like, "I'll be right back," and immediately called his legal team. Why? Because when Kendrick Lamar is out here rewriting the rules of the game on national television, you don't just sit there, you strategize. You draft, you plot, you make sure your next move is as calculated as a chess grandmaster's. And let's not
listen, when you look at that Super Bowl stage and you see 0% white people included, that has been the same exact experience of black people for 85% of their entire existence in this country. Because it wasn't until only 60 years ago out of the 400 years that black people have been in America where they've been granted the same ability to be included into white spaces. So you feeling a type of way about the lack of white people is if, unfortunately, you had a girlfriend. And look, I'm not gonna say that you look like the type to have never had a girlfriend because that would be beneath me, but for the sake of this comparison, I want you to think for a second how idiotic it would be if you did have a girlfriend and you consistently disrespected and cheated on her, and then when she finally gets the ability to move on and find a new man, you get upset because you feel rejected. See how idiotic that sounds? And just like you're upset that your girlfriend is no longer around, you're also upset that neither is a white man on that stage. And it all boils down to one thing: entitlement. You feel entitled to be there and to be included. However, black people never had that privilege. They had to earn it. So earn it, deserve it, and don't expect it. Instead of asking why white people aren't being included, work harder to be there. Because the reason that black people dominate in sports, music, education, entertainment, and pretty much every single space that they enter, it's not because they have some sort of genetic capabilities or privileges that white people don't have, but rather because they've had to fight 10 times harder in order to be included, which means they're constantly overperforming. I will also like to remind you that when Europeans took Native American land, the US gave Native Americans reparations. Yeah, that's right. When the US sent Japanese Americans into concentration camps, they gave Japanese Americans reparations. But when the US sent black people into slavery, they gave them nothing but empty promises. So the least that you can do is sit down, be humble, and watch a whole bunch of beautiful black people on television give you a masterful art class on political musical theater.
Now, let's talk about the aftermath, because what's a Kendrick moment without a little drama? On one side,
If you thought the Kendrick Lamar halftime show was bad, or boring, or not entertaining enough, you are not paying attention to what the fuck is going on in the world. It was absolutely a political statement, and a brilliant one. Every single facet of that performance was brilliantly executed. If you didn't recognize that or have a problem with that, you're not only the they, and they not like us, you're the they. But also you're blind or willfully ignorant to the fact that America is absurdly against its own citizens. It is not built for us. It is built for the billionaires and the corporations and the ruling class. It is an oligarchy. It's even worse for the people of color. They have been promised, the line that he said, 40 acres and a mule, that's what slaves were promised at the end of the slave era. And the government has continued to lie and cheat and steal all of us. Wake up.
A lot of people are very upset because Kendrick Lamar didn't have any white people in his Super Bowl halftime show. And this affected me personally because before Donald Trump said bye-bye to DEI, diversity inclusion policies, I had a job. I was the token white hire. The one on the dance crew. And then Donald Trump said, no, you don't need to do that anymore. And Kendrick came to me and said, oh, you can scurry along, man. And I get it. I'm not a good dancer. I'm white. I am white. But it was so great to be a part of something. And I'm going to show you my dance moves in a sec, because I don't blame Kendrick. But Donald Trump, what the hell, man? I had it made. Hey, look at this. So obviously I'm not a good dancer. No rhythm. No natural movement. But what am I supposed to do? If it's not a legal requirement for somebody to hire me for a dance crew, what am I going to do? Become an accountant or something? Dancing's my passion. I'm just not good at it.
This clapback is showing that every hit he takes, he's still standing and he's still performing for us. Drake is back. That's good. He's back.
forget the group chat aftermath. You know there were messages flying like, bro, did you see that? We need to respond, but like, tastefully. Also, can someone check if he just dissed us? I need a second opinion. It's the kind of drama that writes itself, and honestly, we're all just here for the show. Whether it's subliminal shots, legal team huddles, or a surprise drop at 3 a.m., one thing's for sure. The rap game stays undefeated when it comes to entertainment, who apparently found the lack of white representation on stage deeply distressing. Look, I get it. Change is hard, and seeing a halftime show that doesn't feature a single cowboy hat or guitar solo can be jarring. But let's be real. Kendrick wasn't there to check demographic boxes. He was there to remind us why he's one of the greatest artists of our time, and maybe to make us all question our life choices while he was at it.
Just mid! It was mid! It was mid! It was nothing spectacular! Okay. Kendrick fans were just glazing him!
Okay, Chad. It's okay. It's okay.
Drake's had enough!
Chill.
Well, all right, let's hear it. What's your take? Was Kendrick's performance a masterpiece for the ages, or are we all just reading way too much into it? And let's be real, if you were in that room with Drake's team, what would your reaction have been? Personally, I'd be the one nervously eating popcorn in the corner. Before you go, do us a solid. Smash that like button if you're here for the drama, and hit subscribe if you want to stay in the loop for all the tea, takes, and chaos coming your way. Because let's face it, the rap game is a never-ending soap opera, and you don't want to miss the next episode. Thanks for hanging out. Now go drop those thoughts in the comments and keep the conversation going. Catch you on the next one.
And the next time you have to ask yourself, am I being too harsh right now? Just remember that until you are at the Super Bowl saying, "Say Drake," followed by a smile directly into the barrel of a camera as you sing, you haven't done anything wrong. You actually haven't even scratched the surface of how much of a hater you can be. So as you were, you're all good. A saint, if you will.